Hello there and welcome to my reaction to what does each Strife character theme mean? I know all about this, I know what each theme means because people told me in the comments. But I probably forgot all about it. Well, not all, I remember some stuff obviously. But my memory isn't that good. So here we are. I really want to know. Like, it could be just some more specific stuff, like picking out the lyrics, and this means specifically that, this means specifically that, and I can maybe remember it a bit better. But on another note, it's just an excuse to listen for more Guilty Gear music. And I'm happy about it. Like and subscribe, become a member, let's begin.
Let's talk about fighting game lore. Believe it or not, every fighting game has some form of story as to why the characters are finding each other. Some games are relatively simple, with matches taking place in a tournament for a prize pot, with other things being added to spice up the setting. Generally some sort of evil, shadowy organization pulling the strings to mess with the contestants and end the world or something. But anime games, they're different. A few months ago,
yeah, not only anime games. Mortal Kombat there is.
No problem, I thought to myself. How complicated could it really be?
Yeah. Right off the bat. If you haven't seen my reactions to each specific theme, I went through all of them at this point, and through the story itself. I started with Happy Chaos. The first song I've reacted to was the Happy Chaos theme. And that was a roller coaster in the comments to understand what the hell is going on and what it means. But overall, I got the concept. Sooner or later. Probably later than sooner.
Oh god, this law's got hands! This might be harder than I thought. If
hands and
there was
feet.
something that I interacted with literally every single day that I could examine and extract the meaning out of, that gives us insights into these characters which the story mode wasn't able to. Oh yeah, the songs have lyrics now.
Smell of the game.
In the previous Guilty Gear games, the characters used to have their own individual themes that would play, but they were primarily instrumentals. Songs with lyrics were generally saved for special events or just hype tracks in Xrd. But with the transition to Strive, Daisuke went, you know what? Fuck it! Every character is not only going to get their own unique theme, but they're all going to have lyrics that center around the characters, and we're gonna put our fucking heart and soul into it, and they're going to
That is a
smack,
six-head move.
Stop me. And now we're here. I really like basically all of these tracks with some minor exceptions, but I do have to say that some tracks here have...
I like most of the songs as well. Some of them I like enough to maybe listen to them on their own. I haven't done this yet. But I could listen to them while playing something, like maybe when I play Rocket League again, probably eventually, and turn it on in the background. But overall, I like most of them. Some of them just not my style much, but I still can appreciate the effort that went through it. What is that? Is that... Oh wait, maybe it's his hand outside and it's just part of his chest here. It looks like his hand is bent, or it's like it's his cock going to his chest or whatever.
More lore in them than others, so if it feels like we're skimming over your favorite character's theme, I do apologize. Lord knows I'm gonna have to do my main dirty, so I feel your pain. So without further ado, let's get this started.
Yeah, right. Definitely not the first song I started with.
One way, me and my friends all had the exact same reaction. Yeah, that's definitely a Soul theme. The song is sung as Soul's negotiating.
I didn't even realize that was Soul on the screen.
And he's aiming to try and get it back. It shows his dominating aura and standoffish nature while still making sure to present him as someone who's fair. Soul won't hurt you unless you hurt him first.
Yes.
And he'd rather just be left to do his own thing. The The only other line of major interest in this song is, "I'll take the wasteland, but I won't be alone." Up until Strive, Sol spent most of his time wandering the ruined earth as a bounty hunter, so he's used to being alone. This line could refer to two different events. In the Exarch story, Sol was taking care of Sin, Kai's child. And maybe through this, his bond with Kai, Sin, and Dizzy has grown stronger, and he knows no matter what happens, he'll have somewhere to go where he won't have to be alone. Alternatively, this line could be referring to Arya, Sol's significant other, through Jacko, who's traveling with Sol at the start of Strive's story. After hundreds of years, maybe he's just happy to be with his wife again. Who can say?
Part of his wife, at least.
Despite being the most vanilla character you can get in Guilty Gear, Kai has a lot to do with lore and events in the entirety
Most
of
vanilla, he has
franchise.
fucking dragon
Context,
installed.
Kai was the best knight in the Holy Order when humanity was at war with the Gears.
Seems like his main is Giovanna,
He meets
maybe.
his wife Dizzy, and they have a son called Sin. Dizzy is a gear, which makes Sin half a gear. Now, this man just spent years killing his wife's race, and now he's not only married to a gear, but he has a gear child. Roar of the Spark is basically about that. Kai's entire worldview has been flipped
kind
on
of
his head after
Gears
being
attacked
Dizzy,
first.
and on reflection, he's feeling pretty depressed about it. But he decides to stand strong and face the world that he helped create, and move forward with this newfound knowledge to make things better for everyone else.
I like his theme, yeah. I think I like his theme more than Sol's. I'm not gonna compare more of them, I'll forget them by the end of the video. It will be just unfair.
He's taking his role as king seriously. He's moving past the scars he's
Well,
taken, and he's ready to lead people into a
but
brighter,
then he gave
more
up being a king.
May is one of the members of the Jellyfish Pirates, a crew of orphan girls run by Johnny. Since he basically adopted all of them, he sees
May,
them as his
April,
children,
and
most
the
of them
third
see
one,
him
I
as
don't
their
know.
Dad. Most of them. You may not know this, but May has a massive crush on Johnny. Basically, all of the events she partakes in during the Guilty Gear timeline have something to do with her wanting to impress or protect Johnny. She knows it's weird that she's got feelings for her surrogate father. The first verse and pre-chorus even sound like her trying to take advice from other people to get over Johnny.
This is one of the themes I like the least. Just because it's not my style. Again. It's still nice. I see this person also downloaded
By the time we reach the
Guilty
first
Gear
chorus,
font.
she's being true to her feeling, knowing that they're here to stay and there's nothing that she can do about it.
It's very upbeat though, I'm gonna give that. Still a bop. When I say I like it,
Emphasizes this more,
one of those I like the
line,
least.
I can't live
Doesn't
without
make it
Richard
bad
Moore.
in any
It's a
way.
love song. There's not much more to say about it. Apart from the fact that it's fucking weird, like what? Axl is a person who's able to manipulate time due to Guilty Gear bullshit
stand.
and accidentally slipped from the 1990s to way in the future when Guilty Gear is set. Before the events of Exard, Axl wasn't able to freely control his abilities and would slip in and out of time. But he's not too phased about all of it. He's always been a pretty relaxed guy who tends to try and avoid conflict
Yeah,
and just vibe
he's
with
pretty
people whenever
upbeat.
possible. Like, listen
Pretty
to this and tell
positive.
me the guy thing about how he's sad that he can't see his partner.
Also not my favorite.
The song does have a neat narrative arc to it as well. In the first verse, Axl is talking about how his days are different from others due to time moving differently. He repeats the line, "It's like my time is frozen still," which can be taken as him feeling disconnected from the world around him, or you could take it literally as it's him being trapped in a frozen piece of time. If we do decide to take that line literally, however, the bridge before the final chorus shows us Axl breaking out of his frozen time and learning to finally take control of his powers.
I think is that people in this world move on. He just came in and he thinking about like how to get back, or at least how to get his girlfriend from the time that he came from to this time to be together again. Like stuff like that. He doesn't move on. He's stuck on that thought. And maybe whatever is gonna come up on screen in a second. It's him moving on, him accepting of what happened to him and who he is now that he has the control over it and stuff. Also, is that the broken statue of Abraham that Saul used as a weapon? Anyway. Maybe I should have reacted to themes after I watched. Huh. If I reacted to themes after I watched the story, I would understand them much better. But also, if the theme meant to be, like, or not the theme, like his Axl's state in the theme meant to be after the story of Strife, Ina brings his girlfriend back while she had the power of a god. Or at least it seemed that way in the ending. So maybe he's finally able to move on because she's there. He can move on with his like personal life, like everyone else in this world.
Also, the chorus is him telling us his Wi-Fi password, and I won't be taking any criticism on that. Chip Zanuff.
The weeb.
Chip's had a pretty hard life, being addicted to drugs and left to rot on the streets. An assassin was sent to kill him after he failed to pay his debt. Instead of killing him, the assassin taught him how to be a ninja, and now he's the lovable president of a kingdom we know today. The majority of Chip's song is about his mentality and how he faces problems. The line... summarizes the entire song pretty nicely. Shit sucks. It's gonna suck for a long time. You can roll over and die, or you can give it your all until you get taken out. Don't give up. Fight like a tiger. Be free till you die. Hoorah!
The gentle giant.
You didn't think Potemkin had any character apart from busting, huh? Armorclad Faith is a scathing critique on the condition of Zep before Pot helped lead a revolution to overthrow the dictatorship.
This one I like.
Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck? From this
yeah, it's kind of, it's metal.
He's the way he is now because of the people who oppressed him, and he led the revolution because he couldn't take it anymore. The other line that shines a light onto Pot is in the post-chorus.
I'll allow that.
While this could be referring to the events that happened in Exile where he lost to Badguy and Ramlethal, I think it might be better to see it as his doubts about what he's doing. He might not be seen as a hero or a savior, but a clown who tried to do something impossible. Even so, he had to try something or else everyone was dead. Good job, Pot.
Yeah, that's about what I think too.
Oh boy, okay, so this one is extremely complicated. The song is somewhat of a mess coherently. A lot of the things being said in the verse are hard to hear, and it's as if they're being mumbled or whispered to you. There's also several points in which more than one voice is singing the lyrics as if they're in conflict going through his brain or soul. Faust is kinda going through it in stride. So
how Faust is a complex individual.
He's a miracle healer who saved the lives of countless people, but before that he was a psycho murderer who lost it after the death of one of his patients. He's upset that he can't save everyone. The song jumps around in a chaotic manner, even getting eerily cheery at some point as if he's trying to mimic how he was in XX and XR'd, until eventually we hit the bridge where there's a sense of clarity.
If I had a lighter, I would just be doing this.
After this is the final chorus, and all of the voices begin to start agreeing and singing in harmony with each other. Apart from that, I don't know, man. There seems to be a lot that I can't decipher. Maybe
Yeah.
when he says Messiah will not come, he's referring to himself, or referring to how he's run away to sort things out. Or maybe he's just not a believer in God. I think that's part of the reason.
Could be.
A lot of the things about
He's a
current
doctor.
Faust are somewhat unknown, so having his theme be a chaotic mess fits extremely well.
Milia Rage.
Milia was trained to be an assassin since she was a child by the Assassin's Guild, mainly Zato, who was their leader at the time. She didn't want this lifestyle, however, and because of that she grew to resent not only the assassins that trained her, but herself. Milia's theme looks at the internal conflict that she has with her life and what she has become due to the hands of others. The last line of each verse asks the question relating back to Milia's appearance.
She has pretty
It's
sick
important to
theme.
note the second verse is an extra song with the lead, which could be Milia's demons personified. The song mostly tackles the issues
Personified?
with Milia learning
Persona?
to love herself
Persona
despite
5?
her past and attempting to move on. It could be noted as well that she may be referring to Zato in several lines.
Zato-1.
Zato-ichi.
Zato was the leader of the Assassin Guild after Slayer. In the events of XX, he fucking died. But
Among
with
Us
regrets
enjoyer.
himself. This is important to note as it caused Zato to lose all of his emotion, thus making him a basically empty shell of a man. The song is pretty heavy, with the intro being muffled and almost immediately being overtaken by the first verse. There's something Zato is reaching for, but he can't get to it. He's trapped in an abyss where nothing can escape from. The future, the past, the present. None of it has any cohesion. Everything becomes a blurry mess in his mind, and he feels literally nothing day after day, and he's struggling to find a reason to go on. It all feels extremely out of reach, and he can't see why he should keep going.
It also could be that he... It's not only his theme, but also the Eddie's theme. So some could relate to Zato himself, and some could relate to Eddie, maybe.
When he doesn't know what to do, he just recoils inwards, letting Eddie lash out for him and drowning everything in darkness. The whole song is basically another internal struggle for his desire to feel again, and struggling to find the point to go on. Now, there's a few tracks in Strive that do something pretty clever that could only really be done in a fighting. Zato's theme is really long, like really long. So long in
Yeah.
fact that it's impossible for players to hear the entirety of it in a normal match. But if you take
I think it's
time
the
to just
longest theme.
sit
Or maybe
and
Baiken's
listen
is
to
the longest theme.
you get this absolutely beautiful verse.
I once had some sweet memories. Each world remains all the same.
This was an unexpected thing when I heard this theme for the first time. Unexpected part of the song.
Sweetheart, tell me, tell me if there's a man who can make anything. Give me the tools to live in the past. It's all gone down so deep I can't see anymore.
Maybe you can't see because you have a belt on on your eyes.
To go. Let me carve your way. I'm a shadow always with you.
Fucking chills, dude. Zato can
Yeah.
actually feel things when he's around Milia. The song is basically him struggling to hold on to the hope to feel something, and eventually he finds it. He makes it out of that dark pit he's stuck in, and he finds Milia. He promises to be the shadow that's always with her, and he's finally found a purpose. By giving Zato the time he needs to go through his issues, we're able to finally resolve this problem. Fuck, this one's so good, dude.
Ramlethal Valentine.
Ramlethal also has a problem with understanding her emotions and the place in the world.
Ramlethal,
As a Valentine,
not
she's
Ramlethal.
basically a machine and was originally designed to feel nothing. This left her confused about humanity, and the events in Exile had her figuring out what her place was in the world, and has her going through the entirety emotional arc of loving to learn things like her dog and cheeseburgers. The track goes through the learning process of hers, starting out barren and void of instruments, with the first lines being sung in different languages. As the song goes on, more instruments are added and things become more clear and uniform. The first verse is just filled
More
with
emotion in
emotions
the
as if
song.
Ramlethal is learning about them for the first time. After the first chorus, the song gets faster and more chaotic, as if learning more things is causing her to become more and more confused. The world isn't like what she was programmed to believe, it's completely different. After some deliberation, she realizes that the world is perfect as it is, messy and confusing. She's happy being a part of it. The song ends with this. The world can be painful and confusing, but it's made of love. And
Yeah,
she
for everyone
understands that,
involved.
and she wants to show it to people. How beautiful.
You, her. The second
Oh,
king.
man, Leo's a pretty bombastic character. I sure hope his theme really plays into the parts of the character that we've all gotten to know and love.
The song is very bombastic, but the lyrics are kind of,
Oh!
or the
Leo is one of the
theme is kind of
Leo,
depressing.
The kingdom that Kai is also a king of. He was part of the Holy Order and fought alongside Sol and Kai in the Crusades. Hellfire is about how he's led countless men to their deaths and has fucking
Yeah.
Survivors Guild. It's basically an extended panic attack in the form of a song. There's lines where Leo is trying to reason with himself that he had to do it and he should live on for the other people that died due to his actions. He literally asked for forgiveness several times, hoping it will make him feel better. Does it work? Fuck no! He sees himself as a coward,
No.
a shepherd leading lambs to the slaughter.
needs a
and
therapist for
nothing
that.
he says helps him rationalize it out. So what does he do? He goes back in.
Bring it on, you bastard!
The song shows us why Leo is fighting in this game. He came to that fight in your match to die. He's running at you with as
Yeah.
much unga and bunga as possible because it'll be so much easier for you to take him out that way. He becomes so much more powerful when he lets his guard down because he's fine with dying. Fuck, dude. Leo's deep. Now, Nago's
Fuck,
kind
yeah.
of complicated because he has two
I hope
separate
Kroll is gonna be
themes
here
and they
too.
explore very different topics.
Kroll
His
is
main theme,
sick.
What do you fight for? And his arcade boss theme, Kroll. Let's start with the main theme.
Okay, good.
Nago is a honorable vampire samurai. He's a follower of dandyism, like all good men are, and thus has a strong sense of style and dignity, which he carries into combat. What do you fight for represents the vampiric side of Nago. Unlike Slayer, he isn't easily able to access blood whenever he needs it, meaning he has to seek it out until he cannot deny his thirst any longer. He still likes to keep his honor about him, however, preferring to fight his opponents in an honest combat, and taking their blood that way. The song also references to his mortality. When hell freezes over, Sayonara is basically a joke about how he can't die because,
Yeah.
you know, vampire. Nago is simply trying to find his place in the world, but his need for blood makes that harder for him. He's asking himself what he fights for, and the answer is to feast and stay alive. Now, Crawl is about how life fucking sucks.
Yeah. Life, especially under Happy Chaos.
In the story, Nago became the servant of Happy Chaos, and he resents him greatly for it. He was literally locked underground for several hundred years, for fuck's sake. He's allowed to be pretty pissed off about it. Because of this, he doesn't get to choose his own destiny, and he has to listen to Happy Chaos' commands for the entirety of Strive's story. He
Yeah.
hates this and wants to rebel against it. The thing he wishes for more than anything right now is a peaceful and normal life. He could roll over and let Chaos do whatever he wants without any restraint, but then he'd just be a pawn, and he doesn't want that. So, he's going to use every bit of his strength to resist, to fight back. He's going to crawl.
Might be my favorite out of all of them. There's his
She
main.
was part of the American Defense Force. Her role in the story of Strive is to make sure the president doesn't die. Her song is about how she doesn't want to be involved with what's happening. She's got a job to do, and she's here to do it. It's nothing personal, just forget she was ever there and move on with your life. Honestly, the fact that she doesn't want to be part of anything might explain why her theme is pretty different from everyone else's. While most of the themes in the game go for a heavier rock aesthetic, Gio's theme just sounds like the Beastie Boys. That's it. I wish I had more to say about it, but apart from the possible horny posting in the song, she literally just tells you, politely, to fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, a lot of these songs are about people's beliefs, their past, their mentality. I wonder what Angie has to say.
This is the last song I've reacted to.
With a really cute girl, and it was like a date, and we danced, and we had mochi, and we stayed up till really late, but it was just us two, and I fucking love her, dude. She changed my life, and I need to tell her. Now, technically the song could be interpreted in other ways, but fuck you, okay? It's cute to think he's singing about Baiken. It also gives this line a
It's his
really
love
cute
lullaby.
meaning. Baiken has been through a lot of shit over the course of the Guilty Gear story, but Angie made a promise and he intends to keep it. He will carry her heart with him wherever he goes. If only he had the balls to tell her.
This is guitar solo.
Antagonist of the Guilty Gear series since XX, having the ability to travel through time, similar to Axl. She attempts to stop the blank future by altering our past and splitting the world into different timelines. If you're wondering why I'm not going over the entire lore of Guilty Gear, blame this bitch. Ino's theme is basically the reverse of Axl. She's able to control her powers from the start, but instead of being optimistic about the future, she's pretty pessimistic about everything. She's able to see the loveliness of the world. She sees everything, but she doesn't feel like any of it matters if she can't change the future. She doesn't know if reaching her goal is even possible, and if it does happen, then what? She wins and that's it? She knows she doesn't have anywhere to go back to. She says herself that her memories can't be trusted.
Yeah, she has some implanted memories or just fake memories.
In the end of the song, Ino just hopes that even if she does fail, her death will be the catalyst to a bright new future.
Hell yeah, Dickinson.
I'm gonna do it. Look at me, I'm such a cool character. Wow. Gold Lewis's theme is about even though he's the Secretary of Absolute Defense, he's just another pawn in the system taking orders from those higher up than he is. The chorus has the lines bark and bark reoccur several times. This could be a reflection of the people above.
It sounds like a march,
that he has to follow,
since he is a military man.
He sees himself as a guard dog for the American government. It seems to mirror Potemkin's theme. Instead of having somebody learn to lead a revolution and fear they may be seen as a clown for doing it, it's someone who's part of the system that resents it, but doesn't have the balls to take action himself. Who knows? Maybe he'll lead a revolution one day and actually do something to impact Strive's story. Jacko. Motherfucker, this is an anime intro. What? Jacko's theme is just a bunch of things that make her happy and how she wants to pursue these things to live out a happy life. Presumably with Soul.
I mean, that's what was the storyline to the main story as well.
Do with Soul since they've been separated for so long, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm having a really hard time trying to figure out this one. Like, it feels like the lyrics have nothing to do with anything. Like, what does all?
It's just her feelings. It's whatever. It might be partially because of broken English. Maybe there was supposed to be meaning, but it's hard to get because it's particularly broken on this one. I don't know. But the song is about just what's on her mind. What did you expect from some creation that has the soul of another being in her? Like, it's a weird life to have. Weird thoughts is...
What the fuck are you talking about?
Weird thoughts is just part of the course. Hey, here we go, my boy.
A complicated character.
You think?
I'm sure his theme will have a lot to talk about.
And then I forgot. Oh, I love it.
Fucking with me. Happy Chaos is immortal and doesn't really care about anything. The fact he doesn't care about anything means that everything to him is amazing. By having no connections to the material world, he's able to view humanity through fresh eyes, and he's happy because of it. That's about it.
There she
Mirror
is.
of the World starts with the mantra of light, a popular sutra used in Japanese Buddhism. This is able to show Baiken's heavy ties to her nationality as a Japanese woman who had everything taken from her. She is bitter and seeks revenge. She wanders the earth as a lone samurai, attempting to vanquish the gears. But times have changed.
Like a Ronin.
The world has changed, and she needs to change with it. At the start of the song, Baiken sees herself as a relic of the past, wanting to be rid of all anger and frustration she has. She turns that hatred inwards, not sure how to release it. She attempts to shun herself away from everyone else, literally asking,
Why won't anyone leave me alone?
After what was probably some
Her
reflection through the
theme is very sick.
everything cuts out and there's a sense of clarity.
If I had a comrade,
I feel like she should talk to Anji and Anji should talk to her about their feelings.
yes, I knew the answer.
Holy fuck, she's singing about Angie. Oh my god, she's singing about Angie! He fucking did it! Let's go! Let's fucking go! Yeah! By gaining a comrade, Angie, she's able to get rid of her vexations and learns to move past them. She aims to become a mirror of the world. She wants to reflect back
I think Anji is scared of Dr. Baiken because he's afraid to be comrade zoned.
And it's all thanks to the people who loved and stayed with her. How cute. Testament's theme is weird.
Yeah.
Testament was originally the child of Cliff, but died and was resurrected as a gear. They were controlled by Justice to fight them. Justice was defeated and Testament regained control of themselves, and they began wandering the world looking until eventually they found Dizzy, and swears to protect her due to how she was treated by some villagers. So what's Testament's theme about? Well, I'm pretty sure it's about Testament finally finding a purpose by wandering the world and seeing as much as they can, flying through the darkness to see what tomorrow has in store. They've accepted who they are and they're going to make the most of it by exploring this beautiful world. However, it could also be them singing about Dizzy and Cliff, which would make sense if we didn't have lines where the pronouns that they're talking about keep switching, which makes me think it's about themselves.
Yeah, that's what I
Gender,
thought. It's
but
about
if
themselves.
It is, then Testament, what the fuck are you talking about?
An
Honestly,
ambiguous
Testament
theme
not
for an
very much,
ambiguous
just passing
character.
through and checking out the site. So let's say that's what their theme is about too. And that's
Like
all
a
of them,
gender
at least
theme.
for now.
Oh, that was
There's a
it.
lot of personal interpretation in music, so just know that
I guess
most of
Asuka
these
wasn't
are how
out yet
I
when this
personally
video
feel
came
about
out.
these songs. I could be right, but I probably didn't get them all 100%.
And
correct.
Bridget?
I'm sure that hasn't stopped some people from rushing to the comments to tell me how I'm wrong, but
I'm probably
joke's on
missing
you,
who else is
fucker.
missing.
You're helping me with the algorithm. Let me know what you think about the songs in the comments below, or on my stream where I'm playing Strive right now. Come join. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
That's gonna be me in a bit. Yeah, who else is missing? I wonder if there's more. Maybe I should have reacted to a newer video if there is one. But this one popped out and recommended, so I just went with it. I don't know if there is one, actually. Oh yeah, Badman's theme wasn't there. It's like the second theme I reacted to. The channel's a lot about Strife and just fighting games. Whatever. Oh, actually, I scrolled enough. I guess if it would ask, it would be at the top, but I don't think there is one. Never mind. Maybe there was some from another channel. I keep forgetting to say that this video was from Gecko Squirrel channel. I guess there was a lot of his name in the video itself, right? Yeah, it does say Gecko Squirrel as he is, I don't know, tag in the Strive itself. But here we are. Yeah, a lot of it was said in the comments for like every theme that I've reacted to. And I don't know, there was also some lore that I didn't know, or at the very least didn't remember. There's always a chance that that's the case. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have anything to say. I said it all throughout the video itself. So, thank you everybody for watching this. I appreciate it a lot. I hope to see you next time, and goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.